guys, Najamali here, CEO, creative director, image, lifestyle coach, and artist over at najamali.com. And also check out my art. The Pain series has launched over at najamaliart.com. Okay, and that will be in the description box below. I'm really excited to talk with you guys today or this evening, wherever you are. And this is going to be an interesting topic on relationships and having a chronic illness such as sickle cell. And it's something that I think I've been trying to avoid speaking about directly in some sort of way. It's a ideal world wrote a great article on it. You can check out her Facebook page. It's an ideal world on Facebook. Also, there's other videos that are out there that have done a great job of explaining about relationships and having a chronic disease such as sickle cell and how that is for them. I've met so many women with sickle cell, and some are in relationships, some are married, and some are solo, and how dating is and what they've gone through and stuff like that. And then I have my own personal experience so far. I've been in a few long-term relationships and have been off the market for a while, and then started again last year of meeting people and networking and going out on dates and different things like that. And it's just been really interesting, should I say. And so this video is just basically to talk about how it is to be in a relationship with someone, especially from a female point of view, being in a relationship with someone that has a chronic illness such as chronic pain, like sickle cell. And I wanted to encourage you, empower you, and also drop some knowledge and some rawness in this video. So that's what's going to happen right now. And let me get into it. Where should I begin? I think one of the biggest things I have come across in dating and meeting other people, especially men, because that's who I date are men, that there's a lack of sensitivity, a lack of understanding, a lack of knowledge, and know-how to be in a relationship with a female with like mine with sickle cell. They don't try to understand it. They don't go after learning it. They're not talking to doctors about it. They're having this particular mindset of it's like something not such a big deal. It's just something small and it'll probably go away, or it's something that is made up, and she's really not in pain, she's really just overreacting and put it on a show, or whatever the case may be. And I have heard this not only dealing with from myself, but seeing and hearing other stories from other women that have sickle cell, and this particular stigma that keeps circling around, that I'm really fed up and frustrated, and also that it needs to stop. The sickle cell is not something that you learn about, that you have or caught when you are 20 years old or 30 years old, or it's just brought on you. No, sickle cell is something that you're born with. And the hardest thing, I think, especially for us women, is explaining to another guy of what you have, what it is, what it does, or whatever. And especially when you start to get really close, and then they start dropping demeaning phrases such as "you're weird," "you're a drug addict," "you're on so much medication," "are you delusional?" All these like pathetic things of mistreatment, abusive wordings that come out, and then it's almost like a flip of, oh, I really don't know, I'm just, whatever, just trying to cover their asses with, the I don't know situation. And it's pathetic. So my thing is to let you guys know, especially men out there that are looking at this video and watching it, is to go do your research. Any research that if you're dating a girl who has a chronic illness, it doesn't have to be sickle cell, but go do your research. Go find out what it is. Drop some knowledge on your own self, and learn and be more sensitive to what she's probably going through, what it is she has to do on a daily basis, and her lifestyle has to be in a different way. When you have a chronic illness, you have a super different lifestyle, period. This is not something that's going to go away with two hands together in a prayer, okay? This is something that is embedded, is born with, okay? It's in the blood, it's in the DNA. Does that make it clearer? And a lot of times these guys come in and they fade out after they realize, you're in pain most of the time. You live with it every single day. Yes, you're going to take your medicine every day. Yes, you're going to go to the doctor, a lot of the times. Yes, you're going to be hospitalized a lot of times. Yes, we're going to be on certain medications a lot of the times to help our pain. We're not getting our medicine off the streets to be called a drug addict or a drug pusher. We're not, sitting up here being lazy and not doing a damn thing. We're not some invalid, stupid little girl that needs your pity party. And whatever else that they bring on. I think I'm kind of like fed up with the stupidity of a lot of men and the ignorance they bring and the insensitivity of they're incompetent. There you go. You're just incompetent in a lot of ways. And I don't care what y'all think, especially ones who are watching this, especially men who are watching this that have been in that situation. I don't care if it's the ones that have been on dates with me. I don't really care. My thing is, it needs to stop because so many other women that have chronic illness, and especially sickle cell, are going through the same exact thing, have experienced a lot of the similar things I've just talked about, and it's tiresome. It's tiresome and it's ridiculous. And the men of today have are totally different than the men of, say, 50 years ago, 60 years ago, 70 years ago, 100 years ago, really put themselves out there to understand their woman. So I wanted to, talk about this and put it out there and start a dialogue of what have you experienced in the dating world or with relationships as far as sensitivity and understanding to your illness, your chronic disease, whether it's sickle cell or whatever else that you may have, as far as being a woman in this world and being solo. We've all learned that having this illness, you've got to be very strong. You've become very independent. You've learned to rely on yourself for most things in your life, if not all things in your life. It's made your mind to withstand pain on a lot of different levels, from physical pain, emotional pain, mental pain, the put downs, the myths, the stereotypes and stigmas that's thrown at us, and you know, uh, make it seem like sickle cell is just plague, and that you're worthless and that you're nothing. Um, a lot of times, these things that they say or they do is a reflection of themselves, and they a lot of men come to, especially women with illnesses, as if we're a weaker party. We're really not the weaker party. We're actually one of the strongest parties, um, because of what we've had to go through since birth, since being, say, 1 years old and further. You know, um, it's made us very, very strong women that we can hone our own in so many ways. And it's going to take a strong man and stronger of that plateau to be able to, no need for his ego to be all up front and be my attention, my this, my that, that he is so strong enough, he can hold his own, and he can allow you to be the forefront. That he is that confident within his own self that he doesn't need all that. That you to him are delight, and he can handle that. Because we really have like such rough um, a rough lifestyle that we're so used to, that someone else coming in, it can look like, wow, it's so much, and but what the problem is they come in thinking they have to now be the ones to give you this pity party, and oh, I'm so sorry, oh, what do you need to do, what is this, and and it's just like, I got this in a lot of ways. You can handle all the other things. I don't need you to handle my pain, and that's a problem of thinking that you need to handle her pain. You don't need to. She's got that. What you probably can do is the things that she probably handle on a daily basis, handle that for her when she needs a time out or time down. I think the other thing is the lack of communication, in certain areas of just communicating of, I'm not understanding this, or exactly how does this go, or whatever. But a lot of times they don't say anything. It's just this observant or brush it under the rug type of deal, as if your sickness is going to go away, and it's not. you know um, I've been put down, called all kinds of names, told, oh, you're putting on an act, a drama. And when you fall to the ground out of pain, when a pain attacks you so hard, like a stabbing, and you fall to the ground and you really can't move, and it paralyzes you for a few seconds, and for someone to tell you you're putting on drama is such a serious insult that I wish they would just only stand, just do something for their own self and walk away. When someone calls you names of, you're a drug addict, you are weird or stupid, or you're really like, you know, um, are you really that really in pain type of lingo, is insult to injury as well. And so I think there's so much more I can go into, but I wanted to start a dialogue that dating and being in relationships with a sickle cell, as a sickle cell person, is very difficult, especially when that person is so insensitive. So what I've learned to do is just drop them really quickly. That's just not the right person, because the person that is going to be there for you is the one that is going to be the one doing the research and really understanding, and they don't need to tell you that they did the research. They're doing it for their own self because they care that much about you, and that they would like to be there every step of the way of understanding this disease and becoming one with you, to live together as one, no matter what the disease does to you. So that's what I want to charge you guys with, and open the floor up, and let's get chit chatting and try check my the minutes that I have left. And I want us to just talk and get a dialogue and open the floor. What you've been through, what have you gone through in the dating world with having a chronic illness or having sickle cell as a female or as a male. What are your experiences? Tell us in the comment box below, because it's a hard thing for me to talk about sometimes, and just really seeing how people treat you when you had something all your life and you're born with, and it's just really really tiresome. I'm a public figure, that's my life, and I going to be in front of the camera a lot and stuff. And when people say to you, oh, you're so beautiful, you're not in a relationship, you're not. No. I'm not. You know why? Because the lack of just the lack of gentlemanship. There you go. The lack of gentlemanship is missing, and I have not connected with that particular gentleman that I'm supposed to connect with, and that's the flat line of the bottom line. And until that day, I'm really content with being with myself, and going through my life solo. It's cool hanging and dating and getting to know people, whatever, but I need that guy that is strong and is a take charge type of person, and they know what they want and they go after it, and just make things happen, that I don't need to say to you, do this, do that. Just like, what am I, a mother to you too? Please. A whiner can't take. Someone who's always fussing about this and that and complaining, I can't take. Anything that's negative, stressful, is not good for me or anyone with a chronic illness. We go through fatigue, we go through anxiety, we have emotions that go up and down every single day that we deal with, just based on the illness alone. So having to deal with someone else's, issues in that way, we can't handle. We're not going to handle. When we pull back and we're relaxed, when we need to relax, we need to relax. We should be able to relax. Some men have a problem with that. If you understand a person with chronic illness, you're going to know that they need that. They need as much rest as possible, need to chill out. They don't need someone yapping at them, go lay down, go do this, go do that. We don't need all that. You need someone who's like really companionship quality, and and there's so much more I can go into, but relationship is one of the hardest things, I think, for us with chronic illness and chronic disease, that a lot of us, I can say, are single and try to life a solo lifestyle. And until that right person comes along, we're pretty cool at doing what we have to do ourselves, because we have become that particular lifestyle to handle it ourselves. Most people freak out, and freaking out doesn't help. Putting down a person with an illness doesn't help. Slapping them with the sickle cell in their face doesn't help. Saying to them, pray about it, and God will take it away, disbelieve, doesn't help. please, I'm a spiritual person, and there's many other spiritual persons out there, and religious, and whatever your religion is, that's for you. But I live in reality, and also understanding um, how the universe does work and how certain things are given. And I'm not here to run away from my sickle cell. I've embraced it. I am fine with it. And if it's supposed to go away or be removed, alhamdulillah, it will be done. If it's not, but this is one of my things I have to carry through this life, I have already made peace with that, and I'm fine. You know, so when someone says these things, and this shows me the ignorance that's out there, and there's no willingness to go learn about the disease. And when you see that, run, because that person after a while will fade away out of your life. And that's many, many men that run because this is not something they can handle. And when you're very headstrong and powerful, the way I am, yes, I am headstrong. I'm very powerful, and I don't take crap from anyone. No one. I take no crap. I push myself, and I'm looking for someone that can really go all the way. You know. So if I'm very headstrong, then and someone that knows her body very well, knows her illness very well. We don't need someone coming in who has no idea to say, do this, do that. No, you should try this. No, you should do that. Please. Until you're walking in my shoe, hush up. Until you're walking in my shoe, do your research and know it well. And that's what I want to leave you guys today. I probably will do a part 2 to this, and go even further of just dating in with this illness, with a chronic illness like sickle cell, and how it's been. But it's not an easy road, and I am so happy for the ones that have found someone that they truly love and are in a relationship. Because that's a dime. That's a dime, okay, in a million, quadrillion, billion pennies. That's a dime. Alright, y'all, I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. I know it's a long one, but there will be a part 2 coming to you soon. Alright? Don't forget to go subscribe right now to my mailing list over at najmleeart.com. Please go do that now and like this video. Give it 2 thumbs up and share it with everyone. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Najmlee, and also on Instagram at Najmlee. Alright, stay tuned. I'm coming with a part 2 soon. Bye.